Okay, so we have been talking about graphing linear functions, finding slope and y-intercept from the graph. Now we need to write the equations. So what is the equation of a line?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b. This is called the point slope formula. Sorry, that's not my point slope formula. That's our slope intercept formula. I'm getting ready to put the point slope formula up here. So you have to have a slope and the y-intercept to use this formula. It's probably the most common one. You guys, even if you were given a point instead of the y-intercept, you would plug it in along with your slope to find the y-intercept. So that's probably the one that we will use most often. The other option is point slope. And that one is y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1. So m is still your slope. X sub 1 and y sub 1 are from an ordered pair that's on the line, and then x and y are the variables x and y. So you can use either of these to write your equation. There's always a few people that prefer point slope. As far as time-wise, it maybe saves you a step, but there's not a huge benefit. So if you don't want to memorize one more equation, just stick with y equals mx plus b. I'm never going to say you have to use point slope formula, but you have that option. So we're going to go through an example for writing the equation of a line. I'll show you both formulas and how you use them, and then you guys can kind of decide what you like to do. So let's say I wanted the equation of the line going through the points 1, 7, and 3, 3. What do we have to do first?
Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 minus.
Yes, we need our slope. Change in y over change in x, or y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we get negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. Okay, from here, what do you do?
Like y to the points and
Okay, does it matter which point?
no.
No. So I'll just go with the first one. So if you like the y equals mx plus b, you take this point. The y value is 7. We found our slope is negative 2. X was 1 plus b. Add our 2 over, and so b is 9. Then the final equation would be y equals m, which is negative 2, x plus 9. If you use point slope formula, it's y minus y sub 1, so the y value of my point, equals m, negative 2, times x minus x sub 1, the x value of our point is 1. So you get y minus 7 equals negative 2x plus 2. Add over your 7, so negative 2x plus 9. So it saves you a step, but it's not required. How many of you prefer the second option? Point slope, does anyone? Okay. So most of my examples, I'll probably do y equals mx plus b since that's what the majority prefer, but you're welcome to use either way. Alright, what if I gave you a table? This is from your graphing calculator. So I have a bunch of points that are on a line and I want the equation of a line.
2.
Pick 2, doesn't matter which 2. No, the slope is the same no matter which 2 points you pick. So no matter which 2 points I pick for writing my equation, I get the same thing. So I'll just use the first 2 points. We have 2, 3. 3, 5. So first step is finding the slope. So 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 2. So I get 2 over 1, which is 2. Then take one of my points and plug into y equals mx plus b, or the point slope formula. So my y here is 3 equals 2 times the x was 2 plus b. Subtract your 4, so the y-intercept is -1. So our equation is y equals 2x minus 1.
Could you just scroll that farther on the calculator so we can see which one or something?
Actually, if you just are viewing the table on the calculator, it doesn't show you the equation on the same screen. So this would be like if we input like a table of values, not an original equation.
I thought they had gone into the table after plugging into the equation.
Oh, I mean, you could do it that way, but this is, I'm thinking of it as if I had given you these points and we were writing the equation that matched them. All right. Is that okay? There is one other form for the equation of a line. Anybody remember what that one is?
Nope.
Standard form?
Oh,
Standard.
Ax plus by equals c. There are stipulations on this. A, B, and C have to be integers, so that means no fractions or decimals.
it has to be.
A has to be positive, and A, B, and C have no common factor other than 1, so they can't all be divisible by 2 or anything.
Do we have to use this?
Yes.
No.
Let's do an example of this. So I'm going to give you a point and a slope, but I'm going to say I want this in standard form. So we start out writing it like normal. Y equals mx plus b. We already have the m. So the y value is 1 equals 1/4 times -2 plus b. Add my 1/2 over, so 1 plus 1/2 is 3/2 equals b. So the equation is y equals 1/4 x plus 3/2. But that's slope-intercept form, and I want standard form. So now we have to take this and put it in standard form.
Didn't you have like 4 fractions or nothing yet?
Yes. So we're going to have to get rid of the fractions.
No.
What else do we have to do?
They have to be.
Well, A has to be a positive, and we need the x and y on the same side, right? So let's start with that. If I need the x and y on the same side,
Subtract.
let's subtract over the 1/4 x. So I'm going to put it in front. -1/4 x plus y equals 3/2. So my problems right now, my a is negative, and we can't have that. And I have fractions. So we need to get rid of both of those issues.
Multiply every negative.
Okay. We multiply by -4. So -1/4 times -4 is a positive 1. Y times -4 is -4y. 3/2 times -4 is -6. Okay. Is it ax plus by equals c?
Yes.
Is A positive?
Yes.
No fractions or decimals? Are all these coefficients divisible by anything?
Yes.
No. If it were like 2x minus 4y equals -6, you would have to reduce it, but we can't, so that's our standard form.
A lot of work.
All right. We remember doing all this stuff so far?
Yeah.
Good.
It was engraved in our head.
You've done it a lot.
It's like tattooed on my brain.
See, we could do the quiz today then.
No.
You guys already know it all.
Actually, I
Graph.
forgot.
Yeah, but if I give it to you in standard form and ask you to graph it, what do
And
you?
y equals mx plus b.
Yeah.
You solve it a lot.
Can we rewrite it the way we prefer? So if we subtract over our 3x, divide by 2, so then graphing it, that's like yesterday.
Oh, yeah, graph.
Y-intercept was 3, slope was negative 3/2, so down 3 over 2.
I do not like that.
My line's a little crooked, don't judge me.
No, it's not gonna be any good.
My line missed all the points.
My arrows are.
So,
Can you make the points bigger?
yes.
Alright.
Go into line. Go into the next point.
Okay,
We're running a battery.
what if
So bad.
I gave you an equation, told you to find the x and y intercepts and use those to graph it?
We can do that. We can do that. We're big kids.
We can do that. Right, 4x plus 3y equals 12. How do you find the x-intercept?
Solve for x.
Solve for x when the y is 0.
By the way.
A lot of times, how are you going to be asked to write these?
As points.
So if I get x equals 3, what's my ordered pair?
0, 0.
Y-intercept is where we hit the y-axis. So that means cover up the x, or plug in a 0 for your x. So that would be the point.
0, 4.
Okay, so if I'm telling you to use those to draw the graph, what do you have to do?
Look at points on that.
All it takes is 2 points to draw a line. So we have 3, 0, 0, 4. Bless you.
It's pretty good line.
That was much better than the last
I
one.
didn't even see your last one.
I'm improving. Thanks.
How many,
Proud
years
of
have you been,
myself.
how many years have you been teaching again?
Some days my lines are straighter than others. All right. Questions on anything linear so far?
No.
So we've talked about the graphs, the intercepts, we've talked about vertical, horizontal, domains and ranges, writing equations. The last piece, parallel and perpendicular
Oh,
lines.
those haunt my dreams.
Oh, they're not so
Oh, I
bad.
like them. It's the same thing.
Here, I'm just going to, all right. Parallel lines. What's true for lines to be parallel?
Same slope.
Same slope. It's just two lines that never intersect. Oh, that is not parallel. So, two lines are parallel if they would never intersect. The only way that happens is if they are the same steepness. So parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines. Right. When those intersect, they make a right angle. So these slopes are opposite reciprocals. So you have to flip it and change the sign. we'll do an example of each of these and then be pretty well done.
This is gonna be a fun
Okay, so if I ask you for the equation of the line going through the point 3,5 and parallel to 2x plus 5y equals 4.
The slope's going to be opposite of a over 2. -2 is the slope. -2 is the slope.
So how do we get the slope? Just make sure
Put it in
everybody.
y equals
Negative
oh,
2.
2.
Okay, so we have to.
It's big.
You can remember the shortcut for the slope, or the easiest option is just change it to y equals mx plus b. I want to make sure everybody understands how we get this. So then you divide everything by 5. So this line is -2/5 x plus 4/5. All right, this is where I see problems because people do this part and then they don't remember which information they want to take from that. We are going for parallel lines. What does parallel tell me?
Same slope.
Same slope. So what is the slope of this line?
-2.
So that's all I need it for. I don't want anything else from that. I know my slope is -2/5 and my point is 3,5. So now we write the equation. So my y is 5.
Oh, my bad. I was meant to.
Alright, so we get 5 equals -6/5 plus b. 5, then we have to add over our 6/5. So that would be 31/5. So my final equation is y equals -2/5 x plus 31/5. Right. Is that one okay? I'm gonna give you guys one. All right. Okay. Try that one. All right, let's look at this. Sorry. Not trying to rush anything.
Now I want to like spend 3 hours looking that up and learning it.
You know, that's your assignment for the weekend. I want a full report on Monday,
Okay. I know you're joking,
but I would still be impressed if you did it.
I'll do it on the bus. Did you enjoy your mental breakdown on Tuesday?
Oh shoot, I forgot that Tuesday was my scheduled day.
I have to reschedule.
Yes.
Kirby said I can have mine today.
No, well, let Kirby know I need a makeup day, because I didn't get my reminder and I forgot.
I apologize.
What?
That's my fault.
Nothing. Oh, to see my airness.
That's rude.
Okay. It was watermelon too.
Oh, those are the good ones. Alright, so if we need the slope for this, we subtract over the 5x. Divide by -6. So the slope of this line is 5/6x minus 4/3. So my slope is 5/6. So when I write the equation of my new line, what slope will I use?
-6.
Oh shoot, I messed up.
-6/5 because I want to be perpendicular. Then don't look at this anymore. That's all we need it for. So now I have my slope, I have my point, plug into y equals mx plus b. So we get -4 equals 18/5 plus b. subtract that over, so that gives me negative 38 over 5.
Yep.
So y equals negative 6/5 x minus 38 over 5.
They feel so accomplished. I'm telling you, I have a fail rate of 100%. You just said you're
Okay.
No, it's
So, real quick, guys, a couple things I want to go through. We will have a quiz Monday. Over sections 1.1 through 1.4. Okay, I will have a few review problems up when you come in on Monday, but I can't take like 45 minutes to review or anything, so just make sure you have some idea. So you have to be able, we had distance, midpoint.
Oh, I forgot what that's Oh, we gotta memorize those.
I forgot what
Yes.
midpoint formula was.
I
know
will
what it
give
is.
you distance and midpoint. You should know the Pythagorean theorem though.
A squared plus b squared equals c.
I don't know.
C squared.
Midpoint is y sub 2 minus y sub 1.
No, midpoint is average. You add them up.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so that was the first section. Distance, midpoint, Pythagorean theorem. Then we got into the function stuff. So learning the interval notation. Guys, you can wait a second before you try to start on your homework. I'm telling you what's on your quiz. So if I say like x is greater than or equal to 4, writing that as an interval. Domain and range. How do you tell if something is a function? By looking at it.
If the domain repeats, it's not.
So if we're looking at a graph, we look at vertical line tests. If we're looking at ordered pairs, we make sure x never repeats. Function notation. So we know that f of x takes the place of the y, and we can work with that. Then we have all the lines. So graphs, equations, domains and ranges. Parallel, perpendicular, all that stuff that we're doing right now. Okay? You guys have done very well with each of these things as we did them, so I really don't think the quiz is going to be too difficult. I will have a few review problems when we come in, but like I said, I won't have time to do everything. So, your assignment right now, there is a Math Excel assignment open